My art professor told me to go on a hike, so that's what I'm doing. As an artist, I think it's really common for us to go through periods of time where we feel uninspired or unmotivated. I know I deal with that, especially after I finish a big project or if I'm trying to start a new project. Usually it's because I'm indecisive and I just can't decide what to make next. Sometimes it's because I feel like I don't have any good ideas. After I finished making my 5-foot sculpture out of clay, I sort of went through this feeling where I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know if I wanted to make pots or make another sculpture, and everyone was telling me different things. I felt really stuck. What my professor told me was to go for a hike. She said, get outside, clear your head, and ask yourself, what do you want to make? And sometimes that's the hardest question to answer. I think the temptation for me whenever I'm feeling uninspired or unmotivated creatively, I tend to get on my phone or get on my computer, and it makes me feel so much worse because then I'm down on myself for being unproductive on top of uninspired and unmotivated. So these are some of the things that I decided to do to try to get out of that mindset and start making my artwork again. Go outside. That is a huge one. Turn off your electronics and go outside. I can't stress that enough. Another thing I like to do is go back through old sketchbooks. I think that's super helpful if I'm feeling like I don't have any ideas. Whenever I have inspiration, I always write it down in my sketchbook. So looking back through my sketchbook helps me remember the old ideas that I had and actually bring them to life. Or sometimes those ideas will spark new ones. I think sometimes it's good to take a break from making your art and investing that time in maybe some other hobbies. This past weekend I didn't go in the studio at all, and I just tried to do things that I really enjoy in life. Sometimes for me, if making my art gets really stressful or frustrating, then it's important to just take my mind off it and do other things that I know are fun and I don't have to think too hard about. Focus on something fun and remember that you make art because it is fun. That being said, rest is so important. Get some sleep, take some time off, just rest and step away from your art. I think that is so important, at least for a day or two if possible. But that being said, don't rest for too long. Sometimes stepping away and taking a break can result in the situation getting worse. So just don't rest for too long. Take a couple days, but I don't recommend spending like a whole week away from the studio because it will be worse. I think at the end of the day, you have to just pick something that you want to make and just make it. And get out of your head and just make it. Starting something is always the scariest part, and you just gotta get over that hump. There's a quote on our wall at school in the studio. It says, "Inspiration is for amateurs, the rest of us just show up." And honestly, that's true. Sometimes inspiration doesn't come and you just have to show up and make something.